Why is India called Bharat, India and Hindustan? India has three names: Bharat, India and Hindustan. This is unusual. Most countries are known by only one name. Some have two, but India carries three identities at the same time. Why did this happen? Were these names chosen by the people of this land, or were they given by history and outsiders? And most importantly, which of these names truly belongs to this land? To find the answer, we must travel through ancient scriptures, geography, foreign invasions, and colonial rule. Let us begin with the oldest name of all, Bharat. Long before modern nations existed, long before borders were drawn on maps, this land was known as Bharat. The name Bharat comes from King Bharata, a legendary ruler mentioned in ancient Indian texts, including the Rig Veda, the Mahabharata, and the Puranas. King Bharata was not remembered for conquest. He was remembered for unity, wisdom, and rule based on dharma. Ancient texts describe this land as Bharatavarsha, a vast region stretching from the Himalayas in the north to the oceans in the south. Bharat was never just the name of a country, it was a civilizational identity. It represented a way of life where knowledge was valued over power, where spiritual growth mattered more than territory, and where diversity existed under a shared philosophy. That is why Bharat survived even when empires collapsed, dynasties disappeared, and foreign rulers came and went. The idea of Bharat lived on, in language, in traditions, in philosophy.
Even today, the Constitution recognizes this ancient truth by stating that India is also known as Bharat, because Bharat was never erased, it was only pushed into the background. Now let us move to the second name, Hindustan. Unlike Bharat, this name did not originate within the civilization, it came from outside. The origin of Hindustan lies in the Sindhu River, which is now known as the Indus. Ancient Persians found it difficult to pronounce the letter S, so they pronounced Sindhu as Hindu. Over time, the land beyond the Sindhu River became known as Hindustan. In simple terms, Hindustan meant the land of the people living beyond the Indus. Later, when Islamic rulers arrived in the subcontinent, they adopted the same geographical term. Here is an important fact. Hindustan was never meant to be a religious name. It did not describe belief, faith, or culture. It was only a geographical description. That is why Hindustan was never used as an official national name. There was no constitution of Hindustan, no officially crowned ruler of Hindustan, and no unified political nation called Hindustan. It was a label used by outsiders to describe a region, not a civilization.
Now let us come to the most globally used name, India. The name India also traces its origin to the Sindhu River. Greek travelers and historians referred to this land as Indica. Over time, Indica became India in Latin and European languages. When the British arrived, they needed a single political name for administration, governance, and global diplomacy. They chose the name India because it was already familiar to the Western world. That is why India became the official name during colonial rule. India is not an ancient Sanskrit name. It is a political identity shaped by foreign usage and later accepted globally. This does not make the name India incorrect, but it explains why it is not the oldest. Now we can clearly understand the meaning of all three names. Bharat represents the cultural and civilizational identity of the land. Hindustan represents the geographical identity given by outsiders. India represents the political and international identity used today. Each name tells a different story. Each name belongs to a different phase of history. But only one name was born from within the civilization itself. That name is Bharat. This leads us to a deeper question. If Bharat is the original name, why do we hesitate to fully embrace it? Because names carry memory, and memory carries power. Bharat reminds the world that this land was known for knowledge, universities, science, philosophy, and spiritual leadership. It reminds the world that this civilization was once a teacher, not a follower. That memory can be uncomfortable, because civilizations that remember who they are cannot be easily controlled. India is the name the world uses today. Hindustan is the name history used for geography. But Bharat is the name that defines identity. Borders can change, rulers can change, names can be imposed, but civilizations survive through memory. And Bharat is that memory. Now you know why one land carries three names and why Bharat was never just a word. It was a way of life.
Thank you for watching the video. Please support our initiative and subscribe to our channel. Please don't forget to comment on which topic my next video should be. Namaskar.